Hello there, welcome to today's Daily Dominion, which is a all expansion board. We have a 5-2, which looks quite nice here. We have the Reckless Sailor, which is potentially pretty good. Draws is fairly limiting here. Well, I mean, there's some draw, but our problem is going to be village and draw is kind of limited, so there's some stuff to do, but AI will typically go for some pretty heavy map maker stuff in these cases. We could think about trying to play frigates, and that would make the map makers, the chaining of the map makers, pretty bad. Like I said, the issue is always here's going to be plus action, which you can get via Royal Galley, but you still can't play a million terminals. Anyway, the 5-2 is nice because we could either go sentry or displace. Both are reasonable, I think, gets in the opening, but I'm going to do the sentry. And if we draw it, well, okay, we drew it. Okay, I was going to say, as long as we don't draw another, as long as we can at least make a silver buy here, this is okay. This is pretty bad. But does give us a shot here. Okay. Well, I'll be honest, it's not typically what you want with sentry, but given that we hit 5 here, it's okay because we can buy displace, and then we can turn the estates into Royal Galleys. So it's actually pretty all right as far as that goes. There's probably a limit to how many silvers you actually want here, but another one seems okay. Guess we're going to discard this one and hope we find the displace. Okay, we don't quite get there. So that bit was a little unfortunate. We need to add another cantrip to try and help the Royal Galley out, I think. So we could, or a non-terminal rather. So let's just get another sentry. I think having a good handful of those is going to be pretty okay here. We'll pick up, well, I don't really like Marauder here for a number of reasons. One, they just have pretty good trashing at this point, so they probably won't keep it. I don't think the museum stuff matters too much for that. There's some funny stuff you can do here with ruins and museum and like displace, but I don't know if we'll get into that. Let's get another Royal Galley. We'll get to at least play one of them on a sentry here. And then probably another one on a displace. Yeah, okay. So this is all running quite nicely at this point, I would say. So we can think about either getting a frigate here. Not that it's super, super good, but I think you either buy frigate, try and gain mining road with the displace next turn, or the opposite. So I guess that's the question of whether we want to prioritize having one versus the other. The mining road is a little more conservative in some sense. Oh, can get the frigate now. We're playing a sentry. This doesn't. You know what we actually should have done? We probably could have gotten a displace and a sentry, and a frigate. We probably have enough drawn actions to do that here, but that's okay. This will all be good enough. So we're going to keep the Royal Galley stuff up, though we do have to have, you know, things to play with it. We could get a silverback too and hope to displace it. It would be nice if there were a cheaper on terminal, but this is what we have to work with. So if I get a third Royal Galley here, I don't even know if I really have things to play on it. So maybe we can gain them off displace. Okay, they buy province. The that's fine. Okay. Yeah, this is sort of what I'm talking about here. But we do have enough to play, actually. This may end up being... buy a silver? That's actually kind of nice. We could even do that again, or we could do it with a gold. We may end up a little bit draw short here. Could probably get a get some map makers. Yeah, this isn't super well, it's super bad actually. I don't know if there's any way to get the I don't know if there's any way to get a Royal Galley hit. Maybe? When did the AI play frigate? How did they play it? Wait, what? Oh, sailor. Okay. We need to get some map makers. Yeah, this is kind of odd. We need to reorder this, but this is gonna maybe get us something nice. Well, ideally we would have found the map maker, but it's also, I guess, okay to have it there waiting to cantrip. Okay, I did forget. So they still had a sailor after all this time. It's interesting. Can also buy a copper at some point for a couple points. Let's think here. We're gonna want to start. This was okay. This turn ended up okay. It wasn't looking super great, but it ended up okay. We may end up a little action shy next turn. But then the following turn we should be okay. Let's see. It'd be like double sentry, or it could be sentry map maker. If you want to, again, like I said, you could start trying to do some cute little displace ruins things, which isn't, I mean, it's not completely crazy, though I don't, I do have a hard time believing it's like necessary or all that good. They're gonna get to province here. Guess we might as well take both of these. Okay. All right. So we're going to have a bunch of Royal Galley sentries this time, which is good. Well, and a map maker as well, I think. Okay. At some point, we're going to want to do the gold stuff. I guess I could just leave the map maker on top. Well, I may want to gain in play here. So I may... Do we have enough to do all this? Yeah, we should. Maybe there is a way to make it all work. Anyway, we don't need to play a sentry. It doesn't matter. We have double province, which I don't think I'll do, but... We played how many Royal Galleys here? 3. Let's get 1 Royal Galley. Do I only have 1 display still? Ooh, that's not particularly good. Let's get a Royal Galley. We can use some of this mining village or mining road stuff because it basically makes gold 3 cheaper, silver 2 cheaper, which is pretty valuable. I don't want to go too far on this because I don't know if we have quite the draw to support it, but we should at least be able to kick off fine. Now, if they play the frigate, then our turns become a little awkward, but as long as they don't play the frigate, we're in pretty good shape. So we'll discard that. We'll keep that. Discard. One thing that would be nice here is to play the frigate before we start doing display stuff, because we're going to... We need a sentry. Like I said, I think we are going to be like a little bit shy of actions here. Get the sentry. Guess the displace. We do have a map maker on top. We're not only playing 3 more terminals. Let's discard this. We can leave the mining road, is fine. So then we play the frigate, and so now if they do react with map maker, oh, I forgot I can react with map maker. Oh well, this changes everything. Now when they react with map maker, they also have to do the attack part. So it gives them some filtering, but that's it. So maybe I should have taken the province instead of the gold and done duchy or something. I don't know. We also have enough plus buy here that we can do a lot of we can do a large amount of what am I trying to say? Let me buy another gold. Actually, that's not that good. We'll be able to do a pretty large amount of just like buying $0 cards that gives us plus buy or gives us 2 points if we have to at the end. Okay, they get to displace a gold, I guess. Isn't too bad. We ought to be able to either end it or get quite close to ending it here. Would be my guess. But we do need to find one of the displaces so that we can gain so we can gain a green card and draw. What are we gonna have? What's the order there? Where are the displaces? Sad. There it is. Okay, let's get not actually sure I'm doing this in the right order at all. I should probably play the frigate. No. Should not. That's okay. I don't really have the draw to do what I was intending to do here. Unfortunately. I should really discard both of these. So we do have enough to win, I guess. Oh, they bought the thing last time. Okay. Cute. Do Ruin Village and Survivors. Alright, it all worked out. It wasn't super persuasive, truth be told. It wasn't bad. Wasn't great, wasn't bad. They got quite a few uniques. They're pretty. I will say this for the AI, they're quite clean this game. Little lacking in the payload department, but otherwise quite clean. So not like awful, not a mess at all. The deck there. Anyway, nice little kingdom. village limited, but still enough to be working with. And reckless we didn't interact with, but you had to play with a good bit of the cards. So I'm trying to think if I have a takeaway of something I would have tried differently. I do think I probably needed a second display sooner. I think there can be easily an argument to be made that you just don't play with frigate at all, because it doesn't maybe hurt the AI all that much. If they had a lot of if they had a lot of map makers, then I think the frigates become a little more important. But with just the couple, or actually just the one, doesn't look as important. So maybe not worth taking a frigate until you see the AI getting a lot of map makers. And otherwise, just stick with the displaces, because you can do the gains. You just build up a lot quicker that way. Yeah, so maybe that's what I would try differently. The sentry hits at the start were like, okay, they weren't terrible, they weren't great. It worked out fine in the timing of being able to afford the displace and then, change all the estates into Royal Galley. So that was okay. All right, that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.